मुस्लिम वॉकिंग ग्रुप है, उसका इन्होंने इसके फाउंडर हैं और 6 साल पहले तकरीबन इन्होंने शुरू किया है। और इनकी जो है ये मुस्तकिल, ही इज़ रियली स्टेडफास्ट, मुस्तकिल सैटरडे संडे इन्होंने वक्फ कर दिया है इस वॉक के लिए। और ये नेचर वॉक है और आपने देखा कि नेचर वॉक कितना ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए, स्ट्रेस बस्टर के लिए और तमाम चीज़ों के लिए। और नेचर में जो है आपको अल्लाह की कुदरत नज़र आती है, फिर आप देखते हैं चीज़ों को, कहते हैं अल्लाह अकबर सुभान अल्लाह, है ना, तो उसमें अल्लाह की कुदरत नज़र आती है। तो फिर वो जो है नेचर वॉक इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इट हेल्प्स यू विथ एक्सरसाइज, इट हेल्प्स यू विथ योर रिलीजन, इट हेल्प्स यू विथ मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज़ एंड इट इम्प्रूव्स योर स्पिरिचुअल हेल्थ। तो मैं दावत दूंगा आमिर को। आमिर यहीं के पले बड़े हैं, तो बस से इनकी उर्दू भी बहुत अच्छी है। एक दिन मैं सोच रहा था कि यार इतनी अच्छी उर्दू भी बोल लेता है, अंग्रेज़ी भी बोल लेता है, मेरी ना तो उर्दू अच्छी है ना इंग्लिश अच्छी है। तो आमिर को मैं दावत दूंगा, प्लीज़ ज़ोरदार तालियों के साथ आमिर का खैर मकदम पर।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, शुक्रिया शाहिद हमारे इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए। हमारी उर्दू इतनी अच्छी नहीं है तो हम इंशाल्लाह हम इंग्लिश में हम बात करेंगे, लेकिन थैंक यू टू अलीगढ़ मेडिकल एसोसिएशन फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी टू कम एंड स्पीक टुडे इंशाल्लाह। तो आज हम बात करेंगे अबाउट साउथ मैनचेस्टर मुस्लिम वॉकिंग ग्रुप एंड व्हाट दिस ग्रुप इज़ अबाउट एंड व्हाट इट मीन्स फॉर यू इंशाल्लाह। Okay, so everyone, I want you all to stop talking to each other. There should be pin drop silence. Thank you very much. This is me finishing with my sort of lecture, but I really want you to listen to this because inshallah this is going to be a really important talk for all of you. What I want to know first of all is just in the room here, how many doctors are there? Okay. And how many other healthcare clinicians, nurses, pharmacists, optometrists, or anybody? Okay, I can hear a voice. Who's speaking? Put your hand up now. Pin drop silence, thank you. Okay, because this is going to be really, really important, this talk. I really want everyone to listen very, very carefully. We don't often get an opportunity to find out what we can do that makes a difference, not just for ourselves, but for our family and our community. And mashallah, you've got a beautiful community here, which I want to see it grow. I want it to succeed. I want you to become examples, role models for the future generation. And inshallah, even though you're here in the UK, it's really important that the things that you were taught while you were in Alamgir in India, which is obviously a very, very famous, very old university of the same standard as Oxford and Cambridge, of that sort of standard. That's what I understand it to be. You know, you are the representatives of that university. So I really want you all to succeed, inshallah. So I'm going to start with an icebreaker, because Shahid asked me to do an icebreaker first of all. So hopefully everyone is sitting next to somebody first. Do you want to kind of go back one seat, please? No. Okay, so the question that I want you to speak to the person next to you about is, what is the hardest thing to break? Just spend a couple of minutes talking to the person next to you and tell me what you think is the hardest thing to break. To go, and then I'll be asking you to tell us what you think the hardest thing to break is. Okay, so it's gone quiet, so I guess some of you, so do you want to just share what you've come up with is the hardest thing to break? Habits, okay. Anyone else?
Human's ego.
Ego? Same answer, which one? Ego, ego. Anyone else?
Preconceived notions. Preconceived notions.
Preconceived notions?
Someone's heart.
Someone's heart? Anyone else? Okay, you sound as though you've got it. Anybody else? On the back row? Anyone on the back row? Diamonds.
The habit to sit in the back row is the hardest to break.
I used to sit at the back, so I know, okay. Anybody in the front row?
Husbands.
Husbands! Anyone say wives? No chance. Okay, so thank you. So what's the hardest thing to break? Actually, the answer, the first answer was your habit. If you break the H, you'll have a bit. If you break the A, you still have bit. If you break the B, you still have it, IT. Even after you break the T in IT, there's still the I, and that I is the root cause of all our problems. So all the things that you think about, it comes back to, what am I doing? How am I dealing with stuff, right? So I'm going to tell you my story. I'm a GP. I've been a GP 24, 25 years now, and I've got various roles in various different things. I'm chair of the Association of Greater Manchester Local Medical Committees, and you can imagine at the moment there's any GPs in the room? Yeah, we've got a couple of GPs in the room. There's a lot of stress that we're going through at the moment. We're about to go into industrial action in the next couple of months, maybe. And so there's a lot of stress that we're under, right? Actually, I'm chair of the World Health Innovation Summit. I have a chief executive who travels around the world, around the 5 different continents, and doing a whole amazing stuff out there. And he's telling me the whole world is a complete mess at the moment. We don't need to know that. We can see what's going on in India, in Pakistan, in the United Nations. Of course, we've heard about Palestine and our brothers and sisters who we're praying for, inshallah ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easier for them. In Europe, in China, the Uyghurs. It seems the whole world is just a complete and total mess. So in my world, I was sitting there thinking, I'm making a real big difference in my world. I'm helping my patients. I'm making a difference on a global level, on a regional level, or whatever. But while I was sat in my surgery, making this difference, thinking I'm making a big change, working long hours and all the rest of it, sitting there in my surgery, we were diagnosed, this was 5 years ago, we were diagnosing 1 to 3 people with diabetes every week and 3 to 5 people with pre-diabetes every week. Those of you will know that since COVID, almost every single long-term condition, the outcomes have got worse. We've got more diabetes, we've got more obesity, we've got more COPD, we've got more ischemic heart disease, we've got a shed load of stress, mental health problems, and all those sorts of things. Everything is heading in the wrong direction, and of course we've all become poorer as well. So we're all under huge amounts of stress. But 5 years ago, I came home, and I said to my wife that we're going to set up a walking group. And she said, oh, why do you want to do that? We can go for a walk anyway. And I said, I know, but I have a feeling that other people may have an interest in going for a walk. So we set up South Manchester Muslim Walking Group. And this is a poster that one of my staff gave me for Christmas last year. And it was just saying what the definition of walking is. It's a noun. The act of moving your feet up and down while moving forwards in order to reach a specific destination or to end up back where you started. Commonly practiced in the location known as the great outdoors, side effects include health, happiness, and wisdom. Okay, so 5 years ago, I decided that I was going to set up this walking group to try and encourage people to walk. It's not just for people in South Manchester. In fact, we've had people from all over Manchester. We've had people from Yorkshire. We've had people from London, Birmingham. We've had someone from California come. We've had people from Pakistan come, India come. So it's actually global. But I happen to live in South Manchester. That's where my community is. And one of the standing jokes we have is that if I want to see my neighbours and friends, do you know where I'm going to meet them? Unfortunately, it's not walking down the high street, but it's Dubai, Jumeirah Beach, Christmas. Time and time again, when I've been sat there talking to somebody, so where are you from? UK, whereabouts? Manchester. And before you know it, they live 2 streets away. It's incredible. In fact, to be fair, I think that's partly how I met Shahid as well, through the walking group, simply to try and encourage people, because we seem to have forgotten that ability to meet with people and talk to people. We're so busy on our mobile phones, or we're working so hard to try and earn more money, and we're running on that hamster wheel. For those of you that have heard Katie Starmer, the chair of the GPC, is saying that we're all running faster and faster and faster for what? Well, sometimes you just need to just stop, think what we're doing, and think about the beautiful world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created around us, the people that are around us. I send photographs to my mother every week when we go walking, and she says, Amir, you keep sending me pictures of somewhere next to a tree, on some grass. Don't you get bored? And I said, no, it's not about the walking, it's about meeting with people. You have such amazing experiences, so much that we can learn from each other, how we're dealing with all the different challenges. Every single person has challenges in this world, right? We know that. That's why, you know, Jannah you will not find here on the earth. Here is a test for all of us, and we're all going through that test. The question is, what are we doing to help ourselves, our community, and the people around us, the community that we're in? So, what is this walking group all about? Well, here are some pictures. I guess at the back it'll be difficult for you to see, but these are just some pictures that I've shared with you on walks that we've just been on. We go on walks every Saturday and every Sunday. And this was White Nancy on the 9th of June. Anyone recognize who the person in the bottom left corner is? Does that person want to stand up? It's good old Shahid. You'll see there's a common feature in this, is that Shahid is in all the photographs. But you can see here's a group of people on the left that went for a walk. It was about a 2-hour walk. It was a moderate size. This is at the top when we get to White Nancy. We've been going for 4.5, 5 years. And after about 4.5 years, someone said we should get a drone. So we got myself a drone. So recently we've started to get pictures and videos of where we're going. This was Fletcher Moss and Botanical Gardens in Didsbury. For those of you who can see, we've got about 30 people or so. And again, the person in the top right is Shahid. We have 3 main purposes. The first is to look after your own personal health and well-being, to help prevent diabetes, high blood pressure, back problems, stress. Secondly, and it's really important, I'm seeing more and more, families are getting ripped apart where the husbands are in one place, the wives are somewhere else, and the children are just playing video games and things. Walking is one of those activities, one of the very few activities where you can bring the whole family together, parents, grandparents, and grandchildren. It's something that I never did. I thought, what's the big deal about walking? We all walk. But actually, when I started to walk in these areas and started to meet some amazing people around me, I started to see the world in a very, very different way, to the point where now, when we say, shall we go on a holiday somewhere, instead of having to travel to the other side of the world, I'm saying, actually, let's just go for a walk locally, because there's some beautiful, beautiful places that we can see. So this is Fletcher Moss and Botanical Gardens. This is GM Ringway Stage 6 Strines to Marple. Andy Burnham wants everyone in Greater Manchester to go walking, and so he's created a 300-kilometre walk around Greater Manchester, divided up into 20 stages. This is Stage 6, and it just gives you an idea of the kind of places that we are walking. This is only about 20 minutes from here, and you'd think you're in another part of the world. And you can see here we're walking along, meeting up with each other, massive green spaces everywhere. There's something about greenery that you don't see when you're sat in your in your hospital, GP surgery, pharmacy, or in your home. There's something about the open areas, the trees, hearing the birds tweet, that whatever stress, whatever is troubling you, it seems to just disappear because you're out here in the open area. And here's another bit of drone footage giving some idea of the kind of places that we're walking in. And you can imagine the kind of conversations that are going on. No one is sitting there playing on their mobile phones or looking at Netflix or whatever. Here we are so this is one of the walks that we did a few weeks ago. And it gives you some idea of where we're going. In fact, just here, Shahid saw some flowers and started smelling the flowers. So it's not just about seeing and hearing, it's about smelling as well. Thanks, guys at the back. Okay. So it gives you some idea. And here you are. This This is the world that we inhabit, and yet it's only 20 minutes away. You don't have to travel to the other side of the world. It can come right to you if you see the world in that way. So that's South Manchester Muslim Walking Group. We have a website, southmanchestermuslimwalkinggroup.com, and you can see again pictures of children, grandchildren, and grandparents coming together. We have an admin team. Here's the 9 people. So there's Amna, Rizwana, Ayaz, Shahid's one of our admin. Manwara's currently on Hajj, and again she's found that going on these walks, does anyone know how many steps you have to do when you're on Hajj in a day? Any idea? Anybody?
15 kilometers average.
How many steps?
15 kilometers, I don't know the steps.
Walk between 20,000 to 30 kilometers on the 10th.
Yeah, how many steps is that though? Because 30,000, 29,000 to 30,000. People that have been on Hajj have told us that's what they're doing every single day. So those of you that are thinking about going on Hajj, you need to start to plan now and start to prepare yourself so your body. And remember, and does anyone know what the temperature's been like this year? 51 degrees centigrade, right? 53 degrees centigrade. And unfortunately, 1,000 Hajis passed away this year. You know, so this is a very, very big challenge that we all have to do once in our lifetime at least. We've got Farheen, Tayyaba, and Rehan. So that's our admin people. As I say, we do walks every Saturday and every Sunday, and these are the ones that we've got at the moment. So tomorrow, we're doing Werneth Low. Tomorrow is in Hyde. It's only about half an hour from where we're living around here. It's a 2-hour walk. For anyone who has never experienced it before and would like to come along and just experience it, and if you're free tomorrow, it starts at 9:30, we meet at 9 o'clock. For a 2-hour walk, I would encourage you to come, okay, just to have an experience of what it's like. If you enjoy it, you'll then might want to come back again and do some other walks. The weather is absolutely gorgeous at the moment. It's going to be sunny tomorrow. It's not going to be windy. It's not raining. It would be great if half this room could actually come along and go on the walk and just experience it for yourselves. And another plug, we have the family picnic every year, and this year we're doing it on the 17th of August. That's going to be at Tatton Park, so those people who don't really like walking too much but like the idea of going on a picnic, come along, register for that at Tatton Park. We always do a walk with the picnic itself, but the main purpose is the picnic with a short walk rather than the other way around. And just to give you an idea of, we started 5 years ago. Remember when I said to my wife, I said, you know, I think there'll be a few people who might be interested. MashaAllah, now Facebook, we've got 2,262 people registered on there. Telegram is where we do the messaging, where most of the people actually been on the walks go, and we've MashaAllah got 530 members now. That's essentially about 530 people have been at least on one of our walks. And recently we've just started our Instagram account, and we've got 195 members. If anyone of you is either on Facebook or Telegram or on Instagram, please follow us and encourage other people to come along as well. Because we want you to enjoy the journey. It's not just about the destination itself. We want you to walk, we want you to meet with people, we want you to socialize and do it in an Islamic manner as well. And that's very much what we are about. And so finally, South Manchester Muslim Walking Group, we're here to stay. Inshallah, we want to encourage you to come, join with us, bring your knowledge, bring your experience, bring your wisdom and share it with everybody. It's not exclusive, it's not just for South Manchester, it's not just for Muslims, it's for non-Muslims as well. It's not just for young people, it's for old people and everyone in between. All the walks are completely free. We're very, very keen to make sure that that stays free, because the only barrier should be that desire to actually start walking. I'd encourage you to come and join us. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum. There's no age limit.
No age limit.
There's, the youngest person who's been on the walks themselves was little Khadija. She was only 4 years old. And mashallah, and it's amazing how we all think, how can a 4-year-old walk? But because her parents were coming, again back to, because I never did it, I had no idea. But actually, if you see young children, you'll see 4-year-olds climbing up Mount Snowdon. In fact, they go faster than we do. That's what we've actually found.
Oldest one, how old is the oldest one?
Oldest one was, I think, 78, 79 years old.
अशफाक भाई
नहीं उनसे older हमारे खालू थे.
Really?
Yeah, he came from San Francisco. He walks every day in San Francisco. He came here and he said, I want to go on the walk.
Walk for 2 hours at a stretch?
So we vary it. Some of them are for one, so we do it for everybody. So if you've got someone who's dementing, who perhaps is very frail, perhaps in a wheelchair, walking sticks, we do a short, simple walk in Alexandra Park, and there are a few other places where we can. Dunamasi is a great place for when people are very frail. It's still a very, very safe place to walk. At the other end of the spectrum, the tallest mountain in England, does anyone know where it is, the tallest mountain in England? Yeah, Scafell Pike. So we've got Scafell Pike coming up in a few weeks' time. We did Snowdon a few weeks ago. Sophia, is Sophia here?
No.
Sophia's not here, right. Well, if Sophia had been here, she's organising the Yorkshire Peaks in a few weeks' time, inshallah. That's a 12-hour thing. But generally speaking, we have one long walk, which might be 5-6 hours. So today, for instance, we did Bramall to Middlewood. And that was a 4-hour walk, 4.5 hours. And how many kilometers?
We did 10 miles.
Did about 10 miles, mashallah. Tomorrow is a shorter walk. So we tend to do one big walk and then one short walk for everybody.
People of COVID morbidity, some people got some sort of illness attack, age group, 70 plus. Are they advised to do that much walking?
So we encourage people to take personal responsibility for their own health and well-being. So you can ask us, say, you know, is this appropriate or isn't it? So for instance, for today's walk, there were some elderly parents that were planning on coming, but they've never been on a walk before. So we encourage them perhaps not to do that, but instead to do tomorrow's walk, just to see how they are. What happens is when people first start, they just come in trainers and jeans and things. But after you've been on 2 or 3 walks, you become so excited about it, you'll then get walking boots, walking sticks. I should have shared. You got your cap for the summer. You got your water bottle. So really important to have a water bottle. Hoodie is too hot, but I've got a hoodie for in the autumn time. And then we have a 3-layer jacket, so that whether it's raining, whether it's cold or windy, you have your jackets and things. So once you have these things, you have your walking boots, you have walking socks. Walking socks are thicker than the normal socks, and what that means is when you're walking, the pressure points on your feet are more padded, and because they're more padded, you end up enjoying the walk a lot more. Typically the costs can vary from about, to get all those sorts of things, from say about £100 upwards, and then you can, you know, the sky's the limit in terms of how much you want to spend. But it's a really, really enjoyable thing. And the important thing is you're doing it with the community, you're doing it with your family. You know, maybe a legal or medical association could actually organize a specific walk, and you all go on a walk just to experience it all. You know, and also it shows that Muslims, we are Muslim and we walk. We are Muslims and we enjoy the countryside around us. That's our form of dawah as well. Assalamu alaikum.
और एक सबसे बड़ी बात जो आमिर की मुझे लगती है, आमिर हमेशा बताते हैं कि वेदर ख़राब नहीं होता है. उनका कहना है वेदर ख़राब नहीं होता है, हमारे कपड़े ख़राब. तो हम कपड़े अच्छे पहन के जाएं, गर्म कपड़े पहन के जाएं, तो अब कितनी भी सर्दी होगी, बाहर तूफ़ान, बारिश, स्नोइंग, पता नहीं चलेगा. हम लोग तो जा चुके हैं बारिश में, मुस्तकिल बहुत हैवी रेन में जा चुके हैं और स्नोइंग में जा चुके हैं, बट वी डिड इट. आपको पता नहीं चलता है, बल्कि बहुत मज़ा आता है. बारिश हो तो वॉक करने में और मज़ा आता है. तो मैं चाहूँगा कि खालिद, मेरा ख्याल है, आई नो खालिद तैयार होकर नहीं आया है,